90% of people buy stocks based on tips from Twitter or their neighbor. Then they wonder why they lose money. In the next minutes, I'll show you the method that the winning 10% actually use. Hi everyone, I'm Csongor from Market Addict. Stay with me. Before we look at any numbers, let's clarify something. A stock is not a ticker on a screen. It's not a green or red candle on a chart. A stock is a piece of a real company. When you buy an Apple share, you become an owner of Apple. A tiny piece, but an owner, nonetheless. Your money is working in those factories where iPhones are made. Warren Buffett, one of the richest investors in the world, said this. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. This is the key. The market price is not equal to the real value. Your job to find companies where the price is lower than the real value. This is called value investing. And this is what the greatest investors have been doing for decades. First step, understand the business. The first question I ask myself, do I understand what this company does? If you can't explain in 30 seconds how the company makes money, don't invest in it. Peter Lynch, the legendary fund manager, put it this way. Never invest in something you don't understand. This sounds simple, but believe me, 90% of people break this rule. They buy hot tips, AI stocks they have no idea about just because someone said it will explode tomorrow. Here's how I do it. I visit the company's website. I read the About Us or Investors Relations section. I ask myself, if this company disappeared tomorrow, would anyone miss it? If the answer is yes, and I understand where the revenue comes from, I move on. Step 2. The moat. Competitive advantage. The second question. Does this company have a moat? The moat is Warren Buffett's favorite concept. In medieval times, castles had moats around them, so attackers couldn't easily get in. For companies, this means, is there something that protects them from competitors? Buffett said, I look for companies that have an economic moat, meaning they can maintain their competitiveness over the long term. Let's look at what types of moats exist. Brand power. Everyone knows Coca-Cola. If you see a red can, you know what it is. That's value. Network effect. Facebook. Facebook is strong because everyone is already there. It's hard to compete because your friends are there. Cost advantage. Some companies can produce so cheaply that no one can replicate it. Costco is a good example. Switching costs. If you've been using the Apple ecosystem for years, iPhone, Mac, iCloud, it's hard to switch to Android. That's Apple's moat. If a company has no moat, a competitor can come anytime and take the customers. That's risk. Third step. A quick look at the numbers. Now come the numbers. But don't worry, you don't need to be an accountant. I focus on 5 numbers primarily. Revenue growth. Is revenue growing year over year? If a company isn't growing, that's a problem. I like to see at least 10% annual growth for growing companies. Profit margin. How much profit is left from revenue? If a company earns $100 but $95 goes to costs, that's not a good business. High margin, 20% plus is a good sign. PE ratio, price to earnings. This shows how much you are paying for the company's profit. If PE is 50, it means you are paying 50 years of profit upfront. That's expensive. If it's 15, that's cheaper. But be careful. For growth companies, higher PE is acceptable. Debt. How much debt does the company have? If too much, it's risky because it's harder to survive during the crisis. Free cash flow. How much free money flows in the company? This is real cash that the company can use for anything, dividends, buybacks or growth. You can find these numbers on any free website. Yahoo Finance, FinWiz, or just Google it. Step 4. The management. Last but not least, who runs the company? The best companies are led by people who think like owners, because in many cases they are major owners. Elon Musk is Tesla's largest shareholder. Jeff Bezos was Amazon's largest owner for decades. If the leader has skin in the game, that's a good sign. I search for the CEO's name, whose interviews, I watch how they talk about the company, I check how many shares the executives own. This is public information. If management is constantly selling, that's a bad sign. So here's my simple method. Understand the business. What does it do? How does it make money? Look for a moat. What protects it from competitors? Check the numbers. Revenue, profit margin, PE ratio, debt, cash flow. Evaluate the management. Who runs it, and do you trust them? This doesn't guarantee you will win on every stock, but it guarantees you won't buy the ones that are obviously bad. As Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's partner, said, you don't have to be brilliant. You just have to avoid the big mistakes. In the next video, we'll go deeper. I show you the 5 most important numbers in detail and how to find them for free in 2 minutes. If you want to learn and don't want to lose your money in the stock market, subscribe. See you in the next video.